show you the summary of chapter 1. So let's go. So first is texting. Texting enables instant real-time communication between two or more people. So for example, if I choose a relative for my family, so I will text him or her to make a communication. So second is social media. Social media consists of interactive website where people and communities create a share user-generated content with friends, family, peers, and the world. So third is collaboration tools. So the broad destruction of data networks means that people in remote location can contribute on equal basis with people in heart of large population centers. So fourth is the blog, so which is abbreviation of web blogs. So this is the example of blogs. So in wikis are web pages that groups of people can edit and view together. So next is podcasting allows people to deliver their audio recording to wide audience. So next is peer-to-peer file sharing. It can help the students to share file. So next slide is peer-to-peer. Client and servers software usually runs on separate computers, but it's also possible for one computer to carry out both roles at the same time. So for end devices, network devices, people are most familiar with the called end devices. And the example of end devices um, like laptop, cell phone, printer. So intermediary network devices connect the individual end devices to the network and can connect multiple individual networks to form a internetwork. So next is metallic wire within cables. Data is encoded into electrical impulses. Next is glass or plastic fibers. Fibers optic cable. Data is encoded as pulses of light. Third, wireless transmission. Data is encoded using wavelength from the electromagnetic spectrum. So, for network interface card, physical port interface. For network interface card, like LAN adapter provides the physical connection to the network at the PC. So physical port, a connector or outlet on a networking devices where the media is connected to an end devices or another networking. So interface, specialized ports on networking devices that connect to individual networks. Next. Physical topology diagram. Identify the physical location of intermediary devices and cable installation. Logical topology diagram. Identify devices, ports, and addressing scheme. So local area network, wide area network, metropolitan, wireless LAN, storage area network. For local area network, a network infrastructure that provide access to user and end devices. So wide area network is a network infrastructure that provide access to other network over a wide geographical area. Metropolitan area network. A network infrastructure that span a physical area larger than LAN but smaller than WAN. So next is wireless. Similar to a LAN but wirelessly interconnects users. Next is storage area network. A network infrastructure designed to support file server and provide data storage retrieval. Next is intranet. So what is intranet? It's a term of use to refer and provide connection of LAN and WANs that belongs to organization. So extranet. Extranet provides secure and safe access to individuals who work for different organizations. For for the cable, typically offered by cable television service providers, the internet data signal is carried on the same cable that delivers cable television. So second is digital subscriber line. Provide a high bandwidth, always on connection to the internet. Third is cellular. Internet access uses a cell phone network to connect. Whenever you can get a cellular signal, you can get a cellular internet access. So next is satellite. The availability of satellite internet access is a real benefit in those areas that would otherwise have no internet connectivity. So next is dial-up telephone. An expensive option that uses any phone line and a modem. So next slide. So dedicated list line, Ethernet 1, DSL, and satellite. For dedicated list line are actually reserved circuits services provider network that connect geographically separated offices. For Ethernet is extend LAN access technology into WAN. Ethernet is a LAN technology you will learn about in later. So for DSL, business DSL is available in various formats. A popular choice is symmetrical digital subscriber line. For satellite is similar small office and home office user. So traditional separate networks, converging network, fault tolerance, scalability, quality of service, and security. For traditional separate networks, consider a school built 30 years ago. Back then, some classrooms were cabled for this data network, telephone network, and video network by television. The converging network is example of separate data telephone and video network are converging. For unlike dedicated network, converged network are capable of delivering data, voice, and video. Third is fault tolerance. So The expectation is that the internet is always available to the millions of users who rely on it. This requires a network architecture that is built to be fault tolerant. So here's the fault tolerance network is one of the limits of the impact of a failure. So scalability, next is scalable network can expand quickly to support new users and application without impacting the performance of services being delivered to existing users. So quality of service is also ever increasing requirement of a network today. Congestion occurs when the demand for bandwidth exceeds the amount of available. Network bandwidth is measured in the number of bits that can be transmitted. For security, network infrastructure services and the data contained in on-network attached devices are crucial personal and business assets. So you have to go with the next slide. So bring your own device, online collaboration, video communication, and cloud computing. So bring your own device is about end users having freedom to use personal tools to access information and communicate across a business or campus network. For online collaboration, individuals want to connect to the network to only for access to data application, but also collaborate with one another. Is defined as the act of working with another or others on a joint project. For video communication, another trend in networking that is critical that communication and collaboration effort is video. So this the example of this video communication in our messenger, we can video call with our friends. So cloud computing is another global trend changing the way we access and store data. So in cloud computing, we you have to what they call this all your files will have to stored in cloud computing. It is very secured. So cloud computing is possible because of the data center. A data center is facility used to house computer system and associated components. Next slide. So technology trends in home, powerline networking, wireless broadband, security threats. So security solution. So technology trends in home. Networking trends are not only affecting the way we communicate at work, at school, they are always changing just about aspect of the home. So next is power line networking. Using standard power line adapter devices can connect to LAN whenever this is electrical outlet. Power line networking is especially useful when wireless access points cannot be used or cannot reach all the devices in the home. So wireless broadband connecting to the internet is vital smart home technology. So security threats. Network security is an integral part of computer networking regardless of whether the network is limited to home environment with a single connection to the internet or as large as corporation with thousands of users. So security solution, no single solution can protect the network from variety of threats that exist. Far this season security should be implemented in multiple layers. So next slide. So we have antivirus and anti-spyware, firewall filtering, dedicated firewall system, access control list, intrusion prevention system, virtual private network. For antivirus and anti-spyware, these are used to protect end devices from becoming infected with malicious software. Firewall filtering prevent unauthorized access to the end devices or the basic filtering services of the home router to prevent unauthorized access from the outside world. Dedicated firewall system. These are used to provide more advanced firewall capabilities that can filter large amounts of traffic and with more granularity. And next is access control list used to further filter access and traffic forwarding. Intrusion prevention system. These are used to identify the spreading threats such as zero-day or zero-hour attacks. Virtual private network. These are used to provide secure access to remote workers. So this is the security threats. So viruses, worms, and Trojan horses, spyware and adware, zero-day attack, also called zero zero days attack, also called zero-hour attacks, hacker attacks, denial of service attacks, data interception, and theft, identity theft. So for viruses, malicious software and arbitrary code running on a user device. So next is spyware, software installed on a user that device that security collects information about the user. So the zero-day attack that occurs on the first day that vulnerability become unknown. So the fourth is hacker attacks, an attack by a knowledgeable person to use your device or network resources. So next is denial service attack designed to slow or crash application and process on a network devices. Data interception and theft, an attack capture private information from organization network. So all your information of your organization will be thief with the attackers. Identify thief, an attack to steal log in of a user in order to access private data. So this is the summary of chapter 1. I hope you like it. So thank you for watching.